The essence of human existence revolves around satisfying deep-seated needs and alleviating pain. To understand the evolution of spiritual movements, one must recognize that feeling and longing drive all human endeavors and creations. But what are these feelings and needs that have led humanity to religious thought and belief? Primitive humans faced the harsh realities of hunger, wild beasts, sickness, and death. With limited understanding of causal connections, they attributed these fearful phenomena to the actions of illusory beings, which were often conceived in human-like forms. This anthropomorphic conception of God means imagining deities with human traits and behaviors. Early humans believed these beings controlled events and tried to secure their favor through rituals and sacrifices. This religion of fear became more structured with the establishment of a priestly caste, acting as intermediaries between the people and these deities. Over time, political rulers often combined secular and religious authority, consolidating power by intertwining their rule with religious influence. As societies evolved, so did their religious beliefs. The desire for guidance, love, and support led to forming a social or moral conception of God. This God of providence protects, rewards, and punishes, reflecting the social structures and moral frameworks of the communities that worshipped him. The development from a religion of fear to a moral religion marked a significant step in human history. The Jewish scriptures, for example, illustrate this transition beautifully, continuing through the New Testament and other major world religions, particularly those of the Orient. In this context, moral religion is one where the deity embodies moral order and ethical standards. This God loves and cares for humanity, offering comfort in times of sorrow and guiding people towards righteous living. However, no religion is purely based on fear or morality. All religious traditions blend these elements to varying degrees, with moral religion often predominating at higher levels of social development. A common thread in these religious forms is the anthropomorphic nature of God. Generally, only individuals of exceptional insight or exceptionally high-minded communities rise above this anthropomorphic conception. Here, we encounter a third stage of religious experience, cosmic religious feeling. This profound stage transcends the anthropomorphic nature and dogma, emphasizing the sublimity and order of the universe. Cosmic religious feeling is difficult to convey because it doesn't involve a personal God or traditional religious doctrines. Instead, it involves a profound sense of awe and wonder at the universe's beauty and complexity. Individuals experiencing this feel their personal desires and goals are significant compared to the universe's vast, harmonious order. This sentiment is present in many psalms and writings of the prophets and is central to Buddhism as illuminated by Schopenhauer. Religious geniuses throughout history like Democritus, Francis of Assisi, and Spinoza epitomize this cosmic religious feeling. Often regarded as heretics, these individuals experienced the highest form of religious sentiment, free from dogma and institutional constraints. This cosmic feeling, devoid of a definite notion of God, finds its expression and sustenance through art and science. The question of whether there exists an insuperable contradiction between religion and science has sparked considerable dispute and indeed bitter fighting over the centuries. Yet, a dispassionate consideration reveals that both realms address different aspects of human experience. Science can be defined as methodical thinking directed towards finding regulative connections between our sensual experiences. It produces knowledge and means of action, leading to methodical action if definite goals are set in advance. However, The function of setting up goals and passing value statements transcends the domain of science. While science can inform us about the compatibility of goals and evaluations, the fundamental definitions regarding these goals and values remain beyond its reach. Religion, on the other hand, deals with goals, evaluations, and the emotional foundation of human thinking and acting, especially concerning man's attitude towards nature, ideals for individuals and communal life, and mutual human relationships. Religion uses myths and symbolic narratives to influence evaluations and actions in line with accepted ideals. Conflicts between religion and science arise when religious traditions contain dogmatically fixed statements on subjects within the scientific domain. For true religion to be preserved, such conflicts must be avoided, focusing on the symbolic rather than literal interpretations of religious texts. When stripped of their myths, the essential substance of various religions does not differ as drastically as often believed. The moral attitudes supported by religion aim to preserve and promote the community's and individuals' sanity and vitality. A community valuing falsehood, defamation, fraud, or murder cannot sustain itself for long. The great moral teachers of humanity, akin to artistic geniuses, have been masters in the art of living, influencing moral precepts that, while not always rationally comprehensible, resonate deeply on an intuitive level. Despite religion's teaching of brotherly love, contemporary society often resembles a battlefield rather than an orchestra. Economic and political life is marked by ruthless competition, eroding feelings of fraternity and cooperation. This competitive spirit pervades even educational systems, valuing achievement based on personal ambition and fear of rejection rather than love for productive and thoughtful work. Pessimists argue that such conditions are inherent in human nature, deeming religious teachings utopian and impractical. However, studies of certain so-called primitive cultures like the Pueblo Indians described by Ruth Benedict reveal that cooperative and temperate life, free of external pressure and competitive spirit, is achievable even under harsh conditions. The interpretation of religion presented here implies a dependence of science on the religious attitude. While the scientific results are independent of religious or moral considerations, the great achievements in science owe much to the deeply religious conviction that the universe is perfect and susceptible to rational understanding. This conviction, emotionally charged and inspired by a love of knowledge, has driven scientists like Kepler and Newton to their greatest accomplishments. Albert Einstein posited that the cosmic religious feeling is the strongest and noblest motive for scientific research. This feeling involves a deep conviction of the universe's rationality and a yearning to understand it. It was this cosmic religious sentiment that empowered scientists to dedicate their lives to uncovering the principles of nature, often in the face of skepticism and isolation. In considering the interplay of science and religion, it's crucial to acknowledge that while science seeks to understand the how of the universe, religion often addresses the why. Science provides the tools and methods for exploring the natural world, while religion offers a framework for interpreting the meaning and purpose behind existence. Einstein believed that a harmonious relationship between science and religion could be achieved if each realm respected the other's domain. Science should inform us about the physical world, while religion should guide us in moral and ethical considerations. When both domains work together, they can provide a more comprehensive understanding of human existence. We find that these two realms, science and religion, though often seen as opposing forces, share a profound common ground in their pursuit of understanding the universe. From the primitive religion of fear to the social and moral conceptions of God, and ultimately to the cosmic religious feeling, human spirituality and scientific inquiry both stem from a deep-seated need to make sense of our existence. By appreciating the interconnectedness of these fields, we open ourselves to a richer, more nuanced understanding of the human experience. Whether through the lens of faith or the rigorous pursuit of knowledge, our journey towards understanding continues to shape and define us.